Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I'm Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. So today we are going over all the new VR game releases in the month of November, and this month is looking pretty stacked. There's some really exciting games that I can't wait to tell you about. Now, like normal, all this information comes either from Meta, Steam's database, or directly from the developers, but it can always be subject to change. So don't get annoyed at me if one of these dates just doesn't pan out. Additionally, sometimes a date has not been announced yet, so I can't include it in the video. Now, I apologize if my voice goes in and out a little bit during this video. I'm currently a bit under the weather, so if you want me to get better soon, please go ahead and drop a thumbs up. Now, there are, of course, links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by VR Rock, makers of prescription lens inserts for all of your favorite VR headsets. Quest 3 inserts are now available for purchase, and I'm extremely happy to announce that they've significantly dropped their pricing on this product. They magnetically connect for easy insertion and removal, so if you wear eyeglasses and struggle to fit them inside the VR headset, or you're concerned about scratching your lenses, go check out VR Rock down in the description, and don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 10% off and to help support my channel. Okay, so let's start this video off with a little bit of bad news for PlayStation VR2 owners. Now, you may have already realized this, but the absolutely fantastic Half-Life shooter, Vertigo 2, has been delayed on the PlayStation VR2. Now, the PCVR release was exquisite, and I absolutely love the game, so if it needs a few extra months to iron out the console kinks, don't worry about it, guys. It'll definitely be worth the wait. But moving on to titles that we'll definitely see this month, the first one up is a great-looking game, and that's Vampire the Masquerade Justice. This stealth-based action-adventure title has you taking on the role of a justice-seeking vampire. You'll sneak through the rooftops and streets of Italy, silently taking down anyone who stands in your way. As your vampiric powers grow over time, you'll gain new ways to not only conceal yourself and traverse the world around you, but also some pretty epic ways to dispatch your foes. Vampire the Masquerade Justice takes place in the lore-rich world of darkness, so I'm expecting both excellent mechanics and deep storytelling. Now, in our next title, you can help clean up any leftover blood by those vampires. PowerWash Simulator VR is pretty much exactly what you expect it to be. Travel across the world and get that amazing sense of satisfaction as you scrub years of grime off of different surfaces. Now, I'm not exactly sure why, but this could be oddly satisfying, and now you can even join a friend online and clean things together. Now, if cleaning's not exactly what you're looking for from your titles, why not jump in for a game of pickleball in Pickleball One? If you're not familiar with pickleball, it's America's #1 fastest growing sport, and it's like a combination of tennis and ping pong. You could jump in for some singles and doubles in both online and offline modes, and there's also pickleball themed training and fitness modes available. But if you prefer to utilize VR for something you can't do in real life, we have Space Salvage. Navigate your ship through asteroids and space debris in order to make a few bucks and upgrade your ship for bigger and better jobs. The vast world of space junking will take you to many different locations, and crashing your ship might just be the smallest of your concerns, as you may also have to deal with some space politics and a couple firefights. Now, if you're not sure if Space Salvage is right for you, there's currently a demo available for PC. But if you prefer a straight shooter that you don't have to take too serious, we have Cactus Cowboy Desert Warfare. After the discovery of a mysterious relic, all hell breaks out between the Cactus Cowboys and a new bug army. This looks like some non-stop slapstick action, and while I do prefer my games to be a bit more serious, all that matters is the gameplay is fun. But games can be a lot more than just entertainment, and they can act as excellent learning tools. Terra, Alia, the language discovery RPG, is setting out to do just that. This title originally released on flat screen back in 2021, and now VR players will get an opportunity to experience this RPG and hopefully learn a new language along the way. I'm currently brushing up on my Italian with the VR application Nountown, but Terra Alia looks like a nice change of pace to throw into the mix. Now, while I'm not learning a new language, I do plan to jump in for some competition in Demeo Battles. VR's #1 tabletop game is switching from co-op mode, allowing us to build up our own army, and then going toe-to-toe against someone online. If you're a fan of everything from trading card games to MOBAs, I highly recommend you go check out Demeo Battles. The RNG strikes the perfect balance where you never know exactly what's going to happen, yet gameplay still feels fair and competitive. So if you enjoyed Demeo but want to switch from co-op to PvP, I highly recommend you check out Demeo Battles. Now, if you're looking for competition that's more fast-paced, the free-to-play hero shooter X8 is getting a full release on the Quest platform. X8 features some truly unique shooter mechanics, and each hero has their very own special abilities. Gameplay-wise, it's a bit like Pavlov Search and Destroy meets the hero shooter Larcenauts. Or if you're not up to date on VR shooters, I would say the closest flat screen shooter is Valorant. But like I said, this is free to play, so go ahead and check it out and find out if it's right for you. But if competition isn't your style, we have Ziggy's Cosmic Adventure. Ziggy's Cosmic Adventure is a spacefaring action-adventure title that combines cockpit ship management with some arcadey combat. You'll take on the role of a spacefaring bounty hunter who may or may not have stolen a little green alien. Overall, this looks like a fun, quirky experience, and I'm ready to jump in for this adventure. But speaking of being ready to jump in, we have VR's #1 shooter officially coming to the Quest platform. Pavlov Shack is roughly 2 weeks away from release, and this will be the VR Quest shooter that appeals to just about everyone. There's classic gameplay modes you love like Search and Destroy and Team Deathmatch, but also more nuanced and silly gameplay modes like a 9v1 asymmetrical monster hunter or the world's most violent game of Among Us with TTT. And if that's somehow not enough for you, there's hundreds of player-made mods that deliver some amazing new co-op and PvP modes. I'll have some coverage up of Pavlov Shack before it releases, so if you're interested in seeing that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Now our next title, Ironstrike, is a co-op fantasy roguelike. You can charge into battle with a wide array of different weapons, including everything from close combat swords and shields, ranged weapons and spells, to more nuanced items like repeating crossbows. Now you could jump in and play solo if that's your style, but it looks like this would be a lot more fun with a bunch of friends and play similar to something like Dungeons of Eternity. But I'm personally way more interested in the sword play from Tiger Blade. Here you'll slash and shoot your way through an alternate version of Korea as you're operating as an assassin. A routine mission to steal a package from a rival gang puts you in possession of a mythical creature, which soon has every gang gunning to take it from you. Tiger Blade is full of fast-paced, non-stop action with a unique variety of ways to take out your many foes. While I usually look for a little bit more depth from my titles, I can't deny that this one looks like it'll be a blast. And sticking with the whole concept of just having fun, we have Mechaleague. Unfortunately, the Steam description does not go into much detail, besides the fact that it'll be an early access release, feature multiple different gameplay modes, and movement mechanics like swinging and grappling hooks. So as of right now, I can't tell if this will be more like Fall Guys or Rocket League. So when I have more information, I'll definitely let you guys know. Now, rounding out the month, we have a few extra titles, starting with the U-Boat, The Silent Wolf. The Silent Wolf is a unique combination of role-playing game and simulation. It's designed to give you an immersive experience where you captain a submarine during World War II. I actually tried a demo of this a few months back and thought it showed a lot of promise. And speaking of unique-looking titles, we have CookieRun, The Darkest Night, Chapter 1. This action-adventure role-playing title will put you in the shoes of Gingerbrave, a freshly baked gingerbread cookie who's ready to take on the forces of darkness. Armed with a candy cane and standing 14 centimeters tall, the world around you will look a lot different than you're used to in real life. Now, kid-friendly titles aren't usually my style, but this is giving me some Moss vibes, which I absolutely loved, and it is looking pretty damn cool. But looking even cooler and more my style is Stranger Things VR. I'm ready to take on the role of a villain and traverse the creepy Underdark while growing my telekinetic powers. I'm intrigued by all aspects, including the graphics, combat mechanics, and the underlying story. There's full tie-ins to the Netflix series, and it looks like we might learn a little bit more about Vecna's past. And that just about covers all of November's new releases, except for one title coming to the PlayStation VR, which we don't have a confirmed date for just yet. The Rainbow Six Siege-style competitive shooter Breachers is set to release for the PlayStation 5 sometime in November. This is a highly competitive, action-packed first-person shooter where you'll utilize an array of gadgets to either breach or protect a location. It's from the same studio that gave us the fantastic shooter Hyperdash, and I'm sure PlayStation VR2 owners are gonna love this one.
And that was today's video, brought to you by my dad, Mateo311. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here,
consider subscribing.
Consider subscribing.
Consider subscribing.
Consider subscribing.
Consider subscribing. We'll see you guys on next time.